17th, 2022. We will call the meeting to order at 7 p.m. and ask our clerk to please call the roll.
Trustee Martinez,
Present.
Trustee Blair,
Present.
Trustee Kagan,
Present.
Trustee Abbott,
Present.
Trustee Krusek,
Present.
Trustee Page,
Present.
Mayor Cunningham.
Present.
Quorum established.
Thank you very much. If you would please join us in a moment of silence and in dedicating our meeting this evening to all those who serve our community and all of the volunteers that make us Woodridge strong. Special appreciation to Jefferson Junior High, the students there who were incredible Valentines to our Woodridge Horizon neighbors. They baked 100+ cookies. Some did scones. They made homemade wonderful Valentine cards and truly touched the hearts of every one of our neighbors at Woodridge Horizon. Special thanks go to the teacher and also the instrumental person behind all of this, Mrs. Diane McKillop and her family, her son Zach, and also Amanda and Joe at Woodridge Horizon, and Denise and Bob Kraft. To all of you, thank you so much. And now if we could please together say the Pledge of Allegiance, which I'm going to ask please for all of our neighbors and residents here with us this evening, or via Zoom, if you would please lead the pledge with us.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one
nation, under God, indivisible,
with liberty.
with liberty
And
and
justice for all.
Thank you. This evening, we do have special recognitions, and we would like to present them now. And to ask if we could please, we're very excited to announce the Village's Employee of the Quarter. And I'd like to ask Chief Cunningham if he would please assist with the presentation on this. And this would be Board Resolution 2022-11.
Thank you, Mayor and Board. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to introduce our Employee of the Quarter, and it is Sergeant Ray Moeller. Want to come up, Ray? What I love about this award is Ray was nominated by two people from Public Works, and I think it's really important that we get recognition from the citizens, but it's equally important to get recognition from other department heads. It makes me understand that we're actually working well with our other departments, and Ray is an example of that. So I'm just going to read a couple excerpts from the nominations. The first one is from Director Chris Bethel. For over 32 years, Ray Moeller has been dedicated to the Village of Woodridge, its residents, and consistently assisting his coworkers across the organization. For approximately 18 years, I have known and interacted with Ray and have a special he's a special noteworthy coworker. For many years, Ray was the Public Works go-to person for all truck compliance and enforcement efforts. Ray was one of our first truck enforcement officers, and he still does that as a sergeant whenever he gets the urge to do that, right? Whenever they had a question about any kind of truck enforcement, Ray was there and he answered them. Not only answered them, but explained and tried to educate and explain the backgrounds of those laws. Another thing that was noted was during the blizzard in February of 2011, it's good to bring this up today, which dropped approximately 21 inches of snow. Ray was the police supervisor on shift overnight during the first 24 hours of that emergency. We held regular status meetings with Public Works supervisors and Ray in order to help coordinate Public Works and police plowing and emergency response, and to assist the fire district to reach calls when roads were temporarily impassable. Ray simultaneously was serious to the issue at hand while still being lighthearted and joking with the group to help keep the stress level down. His leadership and assistance during that response left a lasting impression on me and how to approach difficult situations. And another point that was brought up is Ray's ability to manage and assist during emergency situations was demonstrated again during the June 2021 tornado. in which Ray became one of the two primary points of contact in the police department that assisted Public Works and traffic control in dealing with other challenges in response and recovery efforts. Without the work by Ray and other police department staff, Public Works could not have completed the initial cleanup efforts. I'd like to add to that, when we realized one of the biggest issues we had as a police department dealing with the tornado was with the traffic control and direction. I looked to Ray to handle that and complete. And it's not the most exciting job in the world, but Ray took it on wholeheartedly and did an outstanding job. Another Public Works Department employee that recognized Ray as an employee in quarter was Ryan Perez. And Ryan states, "I'm nominating Ray for Employee of the Quarter for his long-term and consistent efforts in nearly all of the categories noted on the formal nomination form. One of my fondest memories of Ray is of him and Jeff Johnson approaching me on my first week on the job and going out of their way to introduce themselves and making sure I felt welcome. That has always meant a lot and speaks to his character as a human being. Ray is the type of person that recognizes the work of others and will go out of his way to say thanks for what has been done, even when it doesn't involve him. Like thanks for going out and snow plowing. Ray's genuine kindness and willingness to engage with fellow village employees, both new and old, makes him a true joy to be around and models how we should all treat one another." And it goes on to talk about how great Ray is. It's almost like his mom wrote this. So, Ray, I got to tell you, I really appreciate the fact that you reach out to the other employees in the village. And it does set the example. And we all appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you to the mayor and the board. It's good to see you all tonight. Unfortunately, we're not all here in person. We spent a lot of years working together. I appreciate the assistance and the willingness to work together with all the heads of all the departments and the board. Their patience with me at certain times in my career. But I really have, I have enjoyed the years that I've spent here. I work with some excellent men and women. And it's easy for me to get my job done when they do theirs so well. Most of them, I don't even really have to do that much as far as supervision. They know what to do and they make me look good. So it's not all about me. I want to thank them all for what they do for me. You guys have a
Wonderful.
good evening. Stay safe, stay healthy.
Thank you so much. And if I could, before we get to the formalities, first of all, thank you so much, Ray, and we congratulate you. And hello and congratulations to the entire team at the police department. Good evening, be safe out there. We thank you for your leadership and your excellent service in our community for the decades that you've been here with us, and proud to have you here. Again, we wish we could be there with you, but from all of us, congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor. Have a good night.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you, everyone. Now we do have a resolution. I'm going to ask please for a motion to approve resolution 2022-11.
I'll move trustee Krusek.
Thank you, trustee Cruz. Second, a second, please.
Second,
Second.
trustee Blair.
Thank you, trustee Blair. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion is approved. We thank you all very much. And again, congratulations to Sergeant Moeller. This evening, we do have a special recognition. And I'm sorry that because of the weather, many of us are not at the Village Hall to celebrate, but thankfully for Zoom, we are able to be together. And for those that are at actually the Village Hall, we wish we could also be with you. But thank you so much for attending in person. So I'm very, very pleased this evening to welcome and introduce to the Village Board and our community, and an update as well, the Neighbors Helping Neighbors Board of Directors. This is our Woodridge Neighbors Helping Neighbors Disaster Recovery. We thank all the incredible volunteers and partners that have helped us to get to this point and helping our neighbors through some very, very difficult times. It's been almost 8 months ago. It's hard to imagine. but with the incredible compassion and dedication and service and leadership in our community, we have been able to help so many people. And we are very fortunate and ever thankful. So together with the outstanding volunteers and partners, case management team, which has done just a tremendous job through the West Suburban Community Pantry's lead, I want to personally start by thanking Laura, Kristen, Denise, Sophia, and Yasmin, and all of the team members, which I will go into just a moment, which leads us to the creation of the Neighbors Helping Neighbors Board. And I am proud to introduce them. I know that I saw Diane is in the audience this evening. So Diane O'Donnell, we welcome you. I'm not sure if I saw others, but I know that we do have people joining on the phone and via Zoom. So let me please further introduce. Hello. Okay, so as the co-chairs, it's Diane O'Donnell and Glenn Mazade. The other board of directors members are Lauren J. Teedy, Pamela Beavers, Brandon Gardley, Chris Hannigan-Ween, and Stacy DeLeon. On behalf of the village board, myself, and our entire community, we congratulate you and we thank you so much about the commitment that you have and dedication in serving our community. We know that you'll be doing a tremendous yeoman's job here and work and role within our village and our Neighbors Helping Neighbors organization. I'd like to provide a little bit more information, but I do also want to just share that there's so many people to thank. And while I have a few moments this evening, I'm going to do that. But as we move to June, we will be sharing more and more information on all of the works that have been done on behalf of our entire community and all of the family that were impacted by the tornado, and subsequently those that were unfortunately vacated on an emergency basis from their homes when the building that they lived in, which was hit by the tornado, when the pipes burst on December 9th, and had to have emergency housing, and Neighbors Helping Neighbors stepped up immediately and found housing and took care of the housing for over 30 families. And then in January of this year, on January 7th, directly across, kind of on an angle from Woodridge Country Club 5 is Woodridge Country Club 1, which has sustained just a disaster fire, and the entire building was deemed uninhabitable. So we are continuing through our Neighbors Helping Neighbors case management, and Dr. Sophia Carter, who's leading that and those works. We are working with the families that have come forward after the Red Cross and needing further assistance and help. And we are currently doing all of that work as well. So if I can just go through a partial list of those that we want to highlight and thank that have been with us since June 20th. And first and foremost is all of our emergency providers, the police, the fire, incredible services that went above and beyond, our public works, all the departments within the village of Woodridge, all of our management team. And then special thanks go out to the American Red Cross, our Rotary Club of Woodridge, St. Vincent de Paul Society, DuPage County, Catholic Charities, Lutheran Services, and the ALERT team, the West Suburban Community Pantry, St. Scholastica, Christ the Servant, Prince of Peace, and Woodridge United Methodist, along with First Congregational and Burridge Community Church, the Zhu Chi Buddhist Foundation, Kiwanis Club of Woodridge, the Knights of Columbus, Neighbors Helping Neighbors Case Management Team, And now I'm going to name some names, and I hope that everyone who is joining us, you'll know when I hear your name, or excuse me, when you hear your name, that it comes from the heart from all of us. So Jenny and Mike, Jim, Sally, Joe, Mark, Lauren, Gina, Amy, Colleen, Ed, Joy, Kathy, Jan, Eric, Hanny, Jim, Jerry, Clem, and Mary, Terry, my mom, Jim, Patty, Rocco, Deb, and the Good Samaritan Hospital team, Leanda, Father Norbert, Jennifer and Pat, Stephanie, or Steph as we call her, John, Diane, and Mick, Mary and Debbie, Mayor Bill Murphy, Mayor Frank Trilla, Mayor Marquez, County Board Member DeCiani, Denise, Pat, and Mike and Ed, Rausha and Rausha, Anne, Amy, Sean, Art and Jean, Dan, Paul, the City of Darien, Modell, all of our business partners, which we will be recognizing at a further meeting. We will continue all of our good works because of you and through you. Our many, many thanks, as our recovery and rebuilding would not be where it is without all of your help, support. Thank you so very much from all of us. Very honored to be able to recognize Woodridge Neighbors Helping Neighbors and to introduce the board members, and we wish them all the very best. And we thank all of our volunteers and the newly forming advisory committees, which will be coming forward. Again, on behalf of the village board, and our entire community, we are so thankful, and we're very, very grateful for all of the works that you will be doing and continue doing and have done on behalf of our neighbors and our community. Thank you. Now moving to comments from the public. First, comments that are not related to our agenda items this evening. I'm going to pause to acknowledge any written public comments that have been received prior to our meeting that do not relate to tonight's agenda. And if we have those, please, could we enter them into the public record? Administrator Stonich?
Thank you, Mayor. We have 4 public comments that we've received. First is from Robert and Judy Glassberg, who reside at 6317 MacArthur Drive. Subject matter is the water main and pavement condition there. Second comment relates to the Concept Lamont Road office warehouse development. This has been submitted by Claudette Devitt, who resides on Woodmere Drive in Darien. Next is also in relation to the Concept Lamont Road office warehouse proposal from Richard Shentoriki, I'm pronouncing it probably poorly, who resides at 1230 Meadowwood Avenue. Lastly, public comment from Mr. William Yunker, who resides at 1540 Talcott Road, and the subject matter relates to the park master plan at the 44 acres in the town center. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now going to ask if there are any members of the public who have joined us either in person or remotely via Zoom wishing to comment on any items not related to this evening's agenda, please.
We do not.
Okay, thank you very much. Go ahead and ask now if there are any written public comments that have been received prior to the meeting that do appear on tonight's agenda. I'd like to go ahead and pause and acknowledge and ask that those be entered into the public record if there are any.
Thank you, Mayor. We have not received any written public comments.
Okay, thank you so much. Now going to check and ask if there's any members of our public who have either joined us in person or remotely via Zoom wishing to comment on items that do appear on tonight's agenda, please.
Mayor, we do not.
Okay, thank you so much. So we'll go ahead and move to our omnibus agenda this evening. Going to ask please for a motion to approve items A through I and acceptance of J through O.
So moved, trustee Page.
Thank you, trustee Page. And a second, please.
Second, trustee Martinez.
Thank you, trustee Martinez. Any requests for items to be considered separately this evening? Okay, seeing none, I'm going to ask our administrator, please, if you would read the items that appear on the omnibus agenda.
Thank you, Mayor Cunningham. Members of the board, good evening. Item A, Resolution 2022-12. This is in relation to bid 2022-02 for concrete flat work for the 2022 program. This would authorize a one-year contract between the village and Globe Construction Incorporated. Item B, Resolution 2022-13 is authorizing a contract for the village's crack sealing and seal coating services program. This is a one-year contract between the village and Denler, Inc. Item C is Resolution 2022-14. It's a resolution awarding bid number 2022-03 for the Parkway Tree Trimming Services. This contract award is proposed to D. Ryan Tree and Landscape LLC in the amount of $28,896 for the base work area. Item D is Ordinance 2022-9, a resolution to approve a waiver of zoning application fees in relationship to a minor amendment to a site plan. The applicant would be School District 68, and this is in reference to the administration building at 7925 Janes Avenue. Item E, Ordinance 2022-10 is a resolution to approve a waiver of zoning application fees in relationship to a minor amendment to a site plan. The applicant is also School District 68 for Meadowview Elementary School at 2525 Mitchell Drive. Item F, Ordinance 2022-11, an ordinance granting a minor amendment to a site plan. The applicant is also the Woodridge School District 68. And this ordinance is for the Meadowview Elementary School at 2525 Mitchell Drive. Item G, Ordinance 2022-12 is an ordinance granting a minor amendment to a site plan for 7925 Janes Avenue. Applicant is also the School District 68. Item H, Resolution 2022-15 is a resolution permitting the extension of a temporary COVID testing clinic located at the Woodridge Clinic at 7530 Woodward Avenue. Item I, Resolution 2022-16 is a resolution permitting the extension of a temporary COVID testing clinic located at the CVS Pharmacy at 8645 Woodward Avenue. Items J, K, L, and M are previous board minutes. Item N is the accounts payable registers for January 28th and February 4th, 2022. Lastly, item O, credit card registers for November, December 2021, and the wire transfers for January of 2022. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Going to ask our clerk to please call the roll.
Trustee Kagan,
Aye.
trustee Abbott,
Aye.
trustee Krusek,
Aye.
trustee Page,
Aye.
trustee Martinez,
Aye.
trustee Blair.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much. Administrator Stonich, going to ask for your report, please.
Mayor, I have no report this evening. Thank you.
I think we need to write this date down. Anyway, before we do move forward and adjourn this evening, I do want the public to be aware that we do have a specially called board workshop next Thursday, February 24th at 7 p.m. at the Village Hall. The purpose of this meeting will be to continue the board's discussion on reconsideration of the village's local ban on adult use cannabis businesses. The meeting will be open to the public, and we invite anyone who is interested to please attend. And you are also welcome to submit a written public comment, which you can do by going on to the public comment page on the village's website, and just follow the instructions there, please. Thank you very much. Before we do adjourn, I do want to thank everyone very much for joining us this evening, whether in person or at home. Please stay safe, stay well, and do stay connected to the Village of Woodridge. And as always, I do ask that you please continue to support our local businesses. It truly makes all the difference. With no further business to discuss this evening, I would like to ask please for a motion to adjourn our regular meeting of the Village Board. A motion, please.
So moved, trustee Krusek.
Thank you, trustee Cruz. A second, please.
Second, trustee Kagan.
Thank you, trustee Kagan. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? It is 7:25 and our meeting is adjourned. Thank you.